Afternoon, everybody. Welcome along. This is the Noontime Movement Snack. It will be in 3 or 4 minutes when we get some friends coming along to join in. You might have already tuned in if you're on a catch-up. Thanks for your catch-up time. And yeah, you can scroll through this bit, this little 2 or 3 minutes here, and get straight to the snack if you like. We always start with some circulation boosting activities. That kind of sets the foundation for all of the other movements to be performed from. And of course, a good posture as well. That is really a great base, a great foundation to move our movements from. Right, we've got our first takers, our first people who are interested in what's going to be going on here. And that'll be you, Pat Haynes, Chris Perry and Carolyn Galloway. Good afternoon to you. You'll need a tea towel. Nothing more, nothing less. And if you're lucky enough, Carol Kent's just asking, what accessories do we need today? Just a tea towel. You, chair, external support, bit of space to work in, and a tea towel. That should do. Right, you went to Pilates, didn't you, Chris? Yep, I survived. 50 minutes worth of cycling on the spin bike in the studio, and I was lucky today. I got the bit directly underneath the air con. I did forget to change my t-shirt, but actually I've dried now. So I'm just going to leave it on because I've got football training later. Yeah, so you don't want to be too close to me today, I'm sure. A little too warm sometimes, Pat. But, you know, warm, cold or somewhere in the middle. We've got to keep moving to whatever degree, haven't we? We've got to get on with it. And I have written up, because I've got football training tonight with my girls, some motivational quotes. Hopefully you can see them behind me when we start into the movement snack. Odil's here. Movement is always on your mind as well. If any of you saw my movement snack prompt, we'll call it, I chose a song, You Will Always on My Mind by Elvis Presley. There we go. Get a bit of Elvis in your life. Okay. We are going to get stuck in. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon and welcome. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton, for today's noontime movement snack, brought to you by Later Life Training. This is full of a little bit of tea towel work. So using this as a bit of resistance. We'll do some functional movements, stuff that you find in your day, but we just throw a little bit of focus onto it to do it a bit more proper, if that's all right. Today, Monday, 8th August 2022. Shall we get going? Let's just move that. Okay, so standing tall if you've chosen to start in standing. We should know the drill now. You should know your introduction and welcome drill. We're talking external support. Have some, find some. Use something that's sturdy. And a firm dining chair tends to be a good option, but we've got to use with what we've got, with ourselves and with our kit, furniture around us. So lift up tall first. Let's make the best out of our posture. Take some hip walks forwards from seated. Get your ankles underneath your knees there, so you've brought the feet forwards a few steps as well, and we've got some foot pedals on the go. Standing option is exactly the same. Just make a point of getting really high onto the ball of your foot, bending across the toe bones, creasing across your shoes that you're wearing. And you can bring that into a steady leg march, lifting the toes last off the floor, rolling down. So we've not only got, you know, a focus around the ankles, we've got lots of focus around the other bits on the end of your ankles. Okay, so we're going to start with bringing in some arm swings now. You might want to get both arm swings in from the off. You might want to drip feed one arm in at a time and build that up there. Or you might just want to keep one hand holding on throughout, especially in standing. We don't want this to feel like a balance challenge or a coordination challenge. We want to get a circulation boost out of this steady rhythmical pattern of movements. If you do want to change your area, you could take a little circ boost march around to face one direction, back to the middle. You could take a travelling circ boost around your room. I am on my way back. Or with your hip walks, you could take a bit of a travelling circ boost in your chair, even getting the arms in if you like. There we go. So you've got a couple of options there for standing and seated. Take what feels right for you. And you should be feeling a little bit warmer now and a bit deeper in your breathing pattern. All right, take a pause there. Now, I don't know whether you can read these, but it says, one of them says, don't let anyone work harder than you. All right? But do what's right for you at the same time. Let's have a look at our first move then. So we're going to try and work through a stepping action. Here's your seated option. And we're going to try and do these very slowly and specifically to start off with. So we've got a heel, toe, shift of the weight forwards, and then literally reversing that. We can go on to a diagonal and then a sideways step. So the diagonal step is a heel, a toe, a shift forwards, pulling back the toes first and then stepping back in toe ball heel. And then to the side, it's toe ball heel. You might want to shift to the side, come back, toe ball heel, coming back to base. Take it round on the other side. In standing, again, slowly, deliberately, heel, ball, toe. You can shift it all the way forward. You can see my back heel's lifted there. Or you can just shift it forwards, keeping the heel flat. Heel is the last bit down. On a diagonal, I need to just move. There's the shift. You could come all the way forwards. Make sure you've got some options for support though, for that transfer of weight. And then to the side, stepping, shifting away. You might want to have some external support slightly in front of you at that point. And then you'll need to change sides. Either lifting the heel on the back leg or not. Few options there. If we're going on a diagonal, I've got some support that I can use here. Remember, you could just shift like we do the sway in the 4 p.m. And then step into the side, shifting the weight. So a slow round there is lots of specificness around the heel strike, the toes ball heel landing action, and the shifting and transference of weight. We're going to do some heel raises now. So just lift onto your toes, ball of the foot, and lower down. We're going to bring these in together to combine in a second. If you're in standing and you've got a hold of your external support, try not to come forwards and upwards. Just go upwards and lowering down. If you reduce or let go of your support, then that will challenge your balance a bit more. And the slower you move through the heel raise and lowering action, the more strength action, the more time under contraction your muscles will be. Now in seated, lifting and lowering from an upright position, all of my weight's over my hips here. So actually there's not much load going through the ankles, feet, toes, calf areas. Not much going on there, apart from some lifting and lowering. If you want, you can put your elbows forwards, press your elbows into your thighs and resist that movement with the weight of your upper body leaning through your thighs, making your calf muscles, toes, feet work against something. Keep going with a few more of those. Now, the only way we can truly challenge balance is in a standing position. So in seated, you should feel steady and stable all the way through. Get the weight across the big toe and the big toe and the one next door to it, not the big toe and the little toe. Okay, so here's where a faster step can come in. We're going to lift up onto the heels, onto the toes, sorry, and then step forwards. Come back to base. Try that again, lift. It's like you're kind of overbalancing forwards, but then reactive stepping into it. Lift, 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 all the way up. Let yourself come forwards a little bit to overbalance, and then step it forwards. Here in seated, we can do the same. You can lift it up, step it, and then transfer the weight to lean forwards and put a reach in if you like. Bring the feet back. You can alternate sides if you like on this one. It's easier to do that. Bring your weight forwards a little bit and then step. Add a reach in if you want to. That's a shift from your hips and then step back in. Lift, lift, lift. Reactive step, functional reach. Reactive step, so getting a little bit of quickness there through the step. We need to move at many different speeds during whatever we're doing, and this helps to just get some fast actions working through. If you want to do that, shift the weight over to one leg, shift it back, bring it back to the middle if you want to test your transfer of weight with the heels lifted. And if you want to do a diagonal step, have a go at that. Have a go at the other side too. Keeping the external support there. Try it without, or try it with your hand hovering, maybe over external support. I'm hovering. Do I need it? If you do, it's there on a quick touch down. And if you don't need it, feel steady and recover from that. Super. Did I say we needed a tea towel today? I did. So I'll just let a few of you maybe just complete a few more so that you even yourselves out a little bit. And then we can grab our tea towel. We're going to fold it a few times. In fact, just give it a little shake. Find the ends. Pincer grip the ends. Give it a shake. Go all the way around. Try and edge it. Again, working a bit of dexterity through fingertips, grip. We should have the most perfectly rolled tea towel now. Do it in every single direction. Try and line up the edges best you can, and then swap it round to the other corner to corner. Right. Bring it into your body or onto your thigh. If you sat down, roll it into a tube. We're going to go tubing with a wrist strengthener. Okay, grip strength is highly important through any gardening tasks, household tasks, wiping down, cleaning the car, picking items up and transporting them, putting shopping away, everything. Every arm movement will pretty much require some sort of grip at the end of whatever you're up to. So here's how we can help strengthen up grip. Do you want another motivational quote if you can't see them? Right, make your mistakes your motivation, not your excuses. I'm not sure whether my girls will like these tonight, but we'll have a go anyway. Right, One hand at the bottom, one hand at the top. A low start position here, about level with your breastbone. And that will keep the shoulders in a comfortable position. Make sure they're not kind of creating their own tension up to the ears. Elbows can start wide, stick a squeeze in, and then close the elbows in, and your knuckles are now pointing forwards, whereas before their starting position is to the side. So there's your knuckles, and squeeze first. It's like a wringing out action, and recover. You can see the backs of my hands now. Elbows just start slightly flared out from the bottom, from the body, not your bottom. Squeeze, twist, and the elbows are still quite soft here. We've not got fully straightened out arms. We're keeping the shoulders comfortable, and relax. So that from the top, it's a squeeze, it's a twist to there. So that's what you should be looking at when you've got your eyes looking down. Let's put a pull on the end. So a squeeze, a twist, and a good pull downwards and upwards. You might get a little bit of shaking there as you're under that tension. So squeeze again, twist again, pulling up and down with equally matching strength, so that it doesn't go anywhere, does it? We're matching the upwards and downwards pulling strength with a little bit of shake there. Great for wrist strengthening, grip, hands, fingers, forearms, you might feel it there. Just put in one or two more. So that's a squeeze, a twist, a pull. Keep breathing on the pull, by the way. BTW, by the way. Here's the last one. You should feel that really tiring out your grip. A little bit of tiredness in the smaller muscles, soft tissues of your forearms. And that should feel good. That little stretch and opening up of the hands at the end. Okay, toss your tea towel over your shoulder and on we go into the rest of the afternoon. Right. Train, don't complain. There will be challenges, there will be mistakes, there will be obstacles, but with hard work, there are no limits. No limits. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming along with today's 12 noon. Bex will be with you for the 4 p.m. Bex and I will be tag teaming it for the rest of the week. So you might get a bit of Bex at noon tomorrow, a bit more for me for breakfast, a bit of both of us for 4 p.m. But we will be there to meet and greet you. Thanks all. Have a good afternoon. I'll catch you tomorrow.